The Rebbe was very much for Svarim having mifteiches, which means an index. So it's easy to find. If you want to look for a certain inyan, it's easier to find. And the Rebbe wanted very much that there should be mifteiches for Lekutei Sichos. Especially for Lekutei Sichos, there are so many inyanim that are durchgeworfen throughout the Svarim that are not really on the parsha, but so many side things that it's very hard to find. So the Rebbe really wanted there should be mifteiches. And one of the times when there was a mifteach being prepared for print on some of the Lekutei Sichos, the Rebbe inquired what's holding with it about printing that Sefer HaMifteiches. And the answer the Rebbe got was that it's almost finished and they're doing the finishing touches and soon it'll come out. So the Rebbe answered, Kol hakova pirusho sha'achshav bevadai lei. Anything that you hold back printing it means that now for sure not. In other words, he's saying, when it'll come out, I don't know. But one thing is for sure, you're telling me that now it won't come out. And that meant to be sarcastic, saying that you're saying it's almost ready, you can't wait, you got to give it out as soon as possible. I also remember that when it came to Yud Aleph Nisan Tovshin Lamed Vov, Maskiros gave out in the name of the Rebbe that, the yeshivas and Kolelim would give out different kontreisim and keftzim for Yud Aleph Nisan. And the Seder would be, you would send it into the Rebbe. But this time the Rebbe gave over that anybody who wants to give any of these things to the Rebbe should bring it during the Farbringen of Yud Aleph Nisan. So everybody, yeshiva, any kollel, any place that had these kefsim, these svarim, a line was formed on the Rebbe's bime, middle of the Farbringen, was giving over. And I was standing in line toward the first kevitz Shari Yeshiva Gdela from our yeshiva, and I watched what was happening. Everyone who walked over, the Rebbe took the sefer, opened it up to the cover, looked at the cover, put it down, and I think he shook his head, and then the next one walked over, When it came to my turn to walk over, I also did the same thing. We had the kevitz bound, even though it was a soft cover sefer, but we had it bound special for the Rebbe. And I walked over and I gave it to the Rebbe. The Rebbe opened it up to the cover like he did all, but then the Rebbe's eye caught something that was written on the cover. Because on the cover it described what the Kuntres Shari Yeshiva Gdela is. It's Chidush Torah from the Talmidim of Yeshiva Gdela of Miami. And then it said there, V'niteisav bei mifteach hashas l'sefer Lekutei Sichos chalokim yud yudalet. That at the end we have also an index to the Maimorah Chazal of Shas that are brought down in Lekutei Sichos chelik yud through yudalet. So the Rebbe's eye caught those two lines, and to me it looked that the Rebbe showed a certain satisfaction. And he opened it to the back to see the mifteach, and he closed it, and he shook his head to me, and I walked away. So we saw from there that the Rebbe was very happy that we added a mifteach, even if it was only mifteach hashas, it wasn't mifteach inyonim, but it was a certain mifteach Lekutei Sichos, which makes the learning of Lekutei Sichos easier.